just another freak show. Hang your hat and hate at the door. It's a game of torture. Souls are made to order everything you wanted and more. You've gotta kill somebody to thrill somebody. Everybody's got a reason to bleed. You've gotta fuck somebody to know somebody. That motherfucker ain't me. Am I the only one that doesn't buy into the lies? Am I the only one that doesn't wear a disguise? 'Cause if I can't break it and I can't change it, then tell me how will I know? Am I the only one that isn't just here for the show? Welcome to the grab your favorite stones, they came from broken bones. That's what happens when you sign on the line. There's no need for excuses, everybody loses. Only way you'll ever win is to die. You've gotta burn somebody to learn somebody. Everybody's gotta Jekyll and Hyde. You gotta curse somebody, hurt somebody. Everybody needs a reason to die. Am I the only one that doesn't buy into the lies? Am I the only one that doesn't wear a disguise? 'Cause if I can't break it and I can't change it, then tell me how will I know? Am I the only one that isn't just here for the show? Welcome to the you gotta hide yourself. What they taught you, teach them what they taught you. Gotta hide yourself. This is how they got you right before they cut you. Gotta hide yourself. That's just how it's. You gotta hide yourself. Everybody's hurt. Welcome to the third class. Dicky tasket, time to burn the casket, time to burn this motherfucker down. Am I the only one that doesn't buy into the lies? Am I the only one that doesn't wear a disguise? 'Cause if I can't break it and I can't change it, then tell me how will I know? Am I the only one that isn't just here for the show? Tell me how will I know? Am I the only one that isn't just here for the show? Welcome to the circus.
We're getting ready to go on stage, literally right now.
I need that lead-in video from you guys. You've been promising it to us forever, and it's just not happening, and we're holding up production here.
I'm not sure anymore, man. It's never enough. No pun intended. Do we have to be in the video?
Well, yeah, you have to be in the video.
What about
All right. Hello, Johnny.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing. Sitting here.
How's everything treating you?
Oh, it's good. It's good.
How's your health?
Oh, I'm not dying, but yeah, the pain comes and goes if I don't take the medicine. I've got to change my diet too. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm good.
Homegrown Cowboy, how are you?
Doing good. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Johnny, good to see everybody over here. Hey, listen, Homegrown, I'm just getting to the show. I'm on my phone, so if it's loud, I might mute myself. Let me know. But what's going on with your poo-poo belly?
My pooper belly? Well, I haven't gotten a actual time to go see a specialist yet.
Well, see, you're lucky. We have a specialist here, and his name is Nils. Nils can diagnose you over a fucking text message. Nils, what's going on with Homegrown Cowboys poo-poo belly?
What's up, JP?
Yeah, Sugar Plum, I did.
I didn't hear the whole thing, man. Johnny, first and foremost, I want to apologize for not jumping in the other night. I had a business call that lasted longer than expected.
That's okay.
And by the time I came to jump back in, you were off, and I felt like shit.
Well, you don't need to be feeling like shit, man. It was all right. We had Homegrown Cowboy up here. We had Jim Terry up here. We had everybody up here except for you, but it's okay. I'm not mad.
Nils, have you been following what's going on with Homegrown Cowboy's stomach and this hospital trip and all this? Do you know what's going on?
That's a negative.
Oh, Homegrown, explain to Nils, because he's got a medical background, what's going on. Maybe he could explain it all better to us as to what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've got a hiatal hernia. Now, I wouldn't imagine he's a digestive specialist, but
No, I work with a lot of good GIs, though.
Yeah.
Work. Past tense.
I have a hiatal hernia, the flap at the bottom of the esophagus. It's not closing like it should. And my stomach's swollen, and it's putting pressure on my esophagus. My esophagus is actually, pushing into the stomach. And when my stomach's going up, it puts pressure on your heart and, your lungs. It's harder to breathe that way.
Yeah.
And that's basically what's going on. My stomach's swollen. I got to get it down. So,
Yeah, because if you don't, all that backs up, you're going to end up getting esophageal varices, and it causes a lot of different problems, but it'll end up with you getting staples in your esophagus. So you definitely need to see a really top-notch GI specialist for that.
Yeah.
I spoke with a GI specialist today about Homegrown situation. He said Homegrown's got anywhere from 15 to 21 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Christine.
Yeah.
And
Hi, guys.
Hi, Christine.
there she is.
Hello. How are you
There's-
guys?
Some meatloaf.
Hey, there she is.
Yep.
I'm cooking,
Thanks,
so
Helen.
I'm in and out.
She forced me to get off work. She forced me to quit work for.
So, Jim, you got some good news for us, huh, Jim?
Yeah, I want to hear.
I got a lot of news. First of all, there's Nils' daughter again. Good to see her, fresh off her graduation a week ago. Did she get a car for graduation, Nils? Or?
She got a car.
So here's the deal. Enough of that lady. Here's the story. Watcher of Crazy went absolutely ballistic this afternoon. The news is out there. Homegrown, did you see the Crab Legs Friday special this afternoon?
No, I was busy up at work. I couldn't see it.
There is a man in Texas named Vengeance Ross, R-O-S-S. He is a convicted pedophile on 5 counts. And it was Watcher of Crazy's brother-in-law. He was married to her. Yes, he was married to her sister for years. He was around children in the family. Now, Watcher of Crazy's big thing is that, of course, he didn't become a pedophile until after the divorce, and that might have been when he was arrested, but I'm pretty sure he went into that relationship like that. Funny how these things always seem to circle around the Yates family. But it was on the Crab Legs Friday show. It was a major announcement. It was a deep, dark secret in that family. Watcher of Crazy absolutely went ballistic. She called my father a couple of times in his business, like some kind of angry school principal. She made a bunch of outlandish, opinionated comments on the show. And then, of course, she always goes back to everybody knows it. Everybody knows I'm this. Everybody knows I'm that. Watcher, last night I checked Watcher. You had like 29 live viewers. I don't think everybody. I think everybody knows is that they don't like your show. Go ahead, Walter.
You know what she said? The rumor she started 2 years about you.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
3 years ago, there was a rumor that she started that you said that I was a pedophile. She started it. I know it didn't come from you.
Wait a minute. Watcher of Crazy said that I said that Nils was a pedo.
Yeah.
Never heard that before. Never heard that before.
Yeah, she tried to start that shit, and then she tried to defend it by saying,
"What?
Yeah, I couldn't work in the career that I was." Yeah, she told me this. So I talked to X. This was after the bullshit fiasco 2 years ago. I talked to X. I never said that. He never said that. Legion never said that. I know how she works. But yeah, she was trying to start that shit.
I never heard that story before. That's insane. No, because I thought Nils, this is going to sound crazy, and help me out with this, Homegrown. For a long time, I thought Nils, because of his military background, was the guy with one leg that Arkansas bought a leg for or something.
Well,
Who is
that? Was Harley Dad.
Okay, I don't know why I got him confused. Maybe because you never see Nils from the waist down. You know, I thought he had like a pirate leg or something. I swear to God.
They do look kind of similar.
Oh, man, I've got some sexy calf muscles.
Whatever happened to that? So that's all. Now, do you remember that? Was Nils part of that group?
No. Well, in the early day, he was.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I never said anything of the sort. Never even heard that being said before.
It's a bullshit law. And the next
Wow.
long talk about it. And she was in chat and jumped up. And she told me, not face to face, but she told me over the phone that you said it. And I was like, that's bullshit. And I can't talk to you about it. I'm done.
Wow. So I didn't know about Mr. X knew this story. That's terrible. No, that never happened.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that for a fact. He was just trying to stir the pot, and I knew for a fact.
We said we covered 8 minutes.
Damn. Yeah, no. I mean, I can see why somebody would think that because your wife over there looks like she's 16. I can see probably where that rumor started since she's like 15, 16. But yeah, that is insane. That is wild.
The key to her youth is Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, must be. Now, Homegrown, have you stopped drinking beer? Uh-oh, this must be serious.
It's extremely painful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at a restaurant, guys. Let me mute.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right.
Okay. Yep. To Homegrown's health may it improve.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Johnny.
Oh, and Johnny's for sure.
I've got water here, so cheers.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
how's it going, Johnny? How's it going, everyone?
Hey, DJ, how you doing?
Oh, no más pantalones.
Good.
Shark Kidder, what's the update with the brother-in-law with no legs? Oh, my God. He's never going to fucking get any better. Somebody said if you put him out in the sun, he could grow legs back. Is that true?
I put them out in the bag outside.
Love that special cream. Jim, you sound like you're a Chuck
Yeah, I'm at a major sports bar, guys. Here, let me come down. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be out here in a few minutes. Plus, all these waitresses are all over me. You know how
Well,
it
I quit smoking, Jimmy.
is. I'm at Hooters in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, if anybody knows where that is.
Yep, I do. You're not far from my uncle's house.
I quit smoking, so I'm doing good.
Hell yeah. How long? When did you quit?
Now it's going to be a week and a half. I haven't had a cigarette.
Good job, man. The first 2 weeks are the toughest.
Yeah.
I need to quit. Like I
Yeah.
cut back, but I didn't quit completely last year. And
And I want to thank Queen of Austin for the $40 cash app. Because I really could use the money, man. I really want to thank her for that.
That's way cool. Way cool.
Yeah.
like it's a
Speaking of smoking meals,
yeah, unfortunately.
speaking of smoking, I did hear one of the haters say that me and you're in a smoking contest. I thought that was funny, but hey, you know.
Where did Jim go, yo?
He dropped down for a minute because he's in that sports bar and it's just loud for the background. So he's either going to walk out or he said he's going to leave in a couple minutes. So yeah, haters, man.
Johnny, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Just waiting patiently for the surgery to happen.
What's the matter? You don't love me no more?
I always love you, big dog.
Hey, did you go to pre-admission testing yet?
Huh?
Were you scheduled for PAT pre-admission testing for the surgery?
What's that mean?
So pre-admission testing is where you go in, they review everything for your file, top to bottom. Normally a day before, 2 days before, a week before, or a few weeks before your surgery.
No, I haven't went in there yet.
So there's an office and an RN specifically that goes in and reviews your chart and everything of why you're there for, why you're having the surgery, your entire history. I mean, in detail, everything and what to expect. If you have any questions before the surgery, before you even go the day of your surgery and meet the surgical team, it's very detailed. How this process is very, very detailed.
Yeah,
it's not Mount Sinai. Like they just fucked up. They I don't want to scare you, but yeah, Mount Sinai fucked up. But anyhow, in Southern California. But yeah, PAT is very, very detailed.
Yeah.
So it's like pre-surgery, basically. Pre-surgery for pre-surgery.
Johnny, you never did say hello to everybody in the chat this time. I don't know if
Erica Sutter, hello, babe. How you doing? Del C, how you doing? Texas Granny, how you doing? Queen Ocean, how you doing? Chris Archella, how you doing? And everybody else, Barbara Buffalo.
Matt Lingo's in chat.
Matt Lingo. Who else is in here?
I want to thank you, Johnny.
Shirt hitter. Go ahead.
I'm very fortunate to be here. Very honored. I've had a really rough week. Today's been a very rough day. We're hoping to launch that new company and app and website by midnight tonight. I've been at it since 6 o'clock this morning. Angie made me step away because I was getting frustrated earlier because the way that the programming is, and for those that don't know coding for computers, when you're writing new programs, you had to do it individually. So like one for the Mac, one for Windows, for Microsoft OS, one for Android, for those apps and websites, and then one for iOS for the iPhone. So there's a way that you can combine all those now and be able to write the same code for all of those systems. It's called cross-platform. The encoding specifically, they call it stacked. So have the codes and everything for that, but you have to use 5 different programs. So you have to go in there to be able to release this app and stuff for everything to start working. We were hoping to release it by midnight. My oldest son, who I taught coding at a young age, and he's more versed with some of the new coding because everything's going to AI now. He gets off at 11:30 or 11:30, and he's going to come home and help me with it. So we're probably going to be up all night trying to get this thing launched. If not, we're going to launch it tomorrow, but we probably won't get it launched by midnight. So we were hoping to at least get the website portion of it launched. And the reason that's so important to launch it tonight is most people, when they view apps, when they view the App Store, when they view the Android store, the Android App Store, on their lunch breaks, after work on the weekdays, and the majority of them on the weekends is when they start looking at new apps and when new apps are debuted. So it's just like a very key time marketing wise for us to get it done. That's why we were hoping to launch it by midnight tonight. And we probably won't be able to. So we're going to miss that deadline and miss that window. And it's a huge stressful pain in the ass. But so we're going to walk it step by step, think it through, get it together. So at least hopefully we can get it launched by tomorrow. And when we do, we're going to tell you guys. And I can't release details of what it is, but it's huge. This is like Amazon huge.
Oh shit!
So we have a laptop. We got to get it all. We have to get what done to our laptops, Nels?
It's just different platforms and stuff. So you have one for like checkout for security, because of the way that The authentication works on this. So you have one for basically the body, which is your title, your front end, and your back end of the app. Your review section, and then you have your secure authentication system. There's two main ones that they use. Well, one is Auth0, the other one is FireAuth. So for like checkout, for using cards and stuff like that. So that can't be breached and people can't get your personal information, because if we just release it without that, it's going to be a huge lawsuit.
Right.
So it's a big deal starting this, and we're a brand new company. So the minor bugs we can work through, but we want this to launch effectively and very efficiently when it first starts. And we expect minor bugs that we can work past.
Yeah.
But the amount of information and cloudware that this is going to have, and yes, it costs money. We want to make sure that it goes right and it goes smooth, at least for the first 2 months. And right now, the estimated projections that we have is $684,000 in revenue and gross revenue in less than 6 months.
That's good.
Yeah. So of course, subtract $200,000 of that for overhead costs for software, marketing, web maintenance, things like that, app maintenance, and so basically our net revenue would be close to $500,000, and then we're projected to hit $2 to $3 million next year, $10 million the year after that, and stuff. So we want to grow this very, very, very fast, and it's going to take off by itself. But we have to get it. We have to get it launched first. And our final deadline is June 9th. We wanted to get it started tonight, by midnight tonight. So just business goals.
Sounds like you you got your hands full tonight.
Oh man, my eyeballs fucking hurt right now. My brain hurts.
I have
the entire code for each different thing. But instead of, when you're using a stacked program string, and there's no software that actually does that as one entity. So we're actually in the process of doing two things. One, we're creating a software program that goes across Mac, iOS, Android, Chrome OS, for Google, and a whole bunch of different things. So we're creating that at the same time that we're creating this website and an app for Android and for iOS and Mac. So it's like doing two things at one time for just one thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's so yeah. So
Staring
by
at the screen all day.
Yeah, so by creating one company and trying to release one product for this, we're actually in the process of creating another company that's creating software to be able to do the same thing that we want to do right now, which will make it easier for us to launch future products and services. And just from that one software, people will be able to buy that to do the same thing. So it's less of a pain in the ass for them as we are experiencing it for us now. And it'll be a hell of a lot easier on programmers. So that's the pain in the ass right now. So I said, fuck it. And Angie said, just take a break. Just step away from it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like the best analogy I can explain is you're trying to change your oil and place a new oil filter, but you can't get the oil plug off the oil pan.
Texas Granny coming in at $1.99. Thank you, Texas Granny, for coming in $1.99. Super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much, Texas Granny. You didn't have to do that, hon, but I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we don't want to strip the oil plug, do we?
Yeah, Texas Granny says, let's get these super stickers and chats going.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, we make this money, and Johnny will never have to worry about fucking super chats and stickers again.
Yeah.
Well, if once you get it going, that's the whole thing. So, good luck to you on that. And,
oh shit! Hey James, if you don't mind, I only can get 6 people. I gotta drop you down for a minute, okay? Okay, buddy?
That's the birthday boy for Sunday.
Happy birthday, James.
Oh, happy birthday, James. All right.
Happy birthday.
Oh no, I didn't mean to drop anybody down.
What's up,
It's
Ed?
all right. He can stay there in the back for a minute. He can stay
Damn,
there in the
man.
back
How
for a
are
minute.
you?
Yeah, I won't stay up here super long.
How
I
you
heard
doing,
about
Mr.
this. Doing great. Blu-ray came in the mail today. I got it. We made a little thing. It's going to be on tonight. Blu-ray looks phenomenal. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, I heard this thing. Jim told me something about Watcher Crazy. Jim said something about you, Nils.
Yeah, remember 2.5 years ago after we had the falling out after the whole guidance thing and stuff, and then Watcher was playing Buddy Buddy, and she called me on the phone and said that, we were just sitting there chilling. She asked how I was. I was like, I'm good, working, but I'm good. And she got to talking about Jim and stuff like that because she heard what happened with Godness. And I said, me and X talked. We're cool after that. And she said, well, Jim had called you a pedophile. And this was right before the OTT launched and was running his mouth. And I was like, yeah, it's bullshit. And she said, yeah. And I said, how can he work in his career at the hospital if he's a pedophile? And I was like, right then it told me that she was starting shit. Right then.
So I mean, let's mathematically figure this out. So at the end of June, early July, we will have been 2 years on the OTT. So we're just approaching. So it couldn't have been 2 years ago because we're just getting to 2 years now. Number two, I would say, like they all say to us, prove it, prove it, and then we prove it, or we give an interview, and that's not good enough. Last Friday, nothing's been said about the situation with the gun being pulled on the brother and all that kind of stuff. Nobody's talking about that. There's been no reply. And then this week, she starts talking about, well, I read something on Yelp. I've never seen the Yelp, but I'm going to guarantee you that whatever this bullshit Yelp review that Watcher Crazy saw probably has happened in the last 2 years when she or one of her friends put it up. But I can tell you this, I didn't know Watcher Crazy in 2020 when her brother-in-law was downloading and uploading child pornography. So they can't say that I contacted the newspaper and told them to do that. I didn't even know she existed.
Nope.
So she could say whatever she wants, but it's in the newspaper. He was convicted of it, and she won't talk about it. And here's one other funny thing. I saw somebody post that you should sue them. Who? The news for discussing it and then us just rediscussing it? I mean, it's in the fucking newspaper.
It's public knowledge.
Right. Well, it was public knowledge, and it wasn't for our group until today. But
Angel
I
Gotti.
mean,
Hey, Angel.
I mean, what does she want from me? I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I'm just so my thing is, she said that about Jim's dad, and what I'm saying is, prove it. Jim proved his case, and she said that Jim said that about you, dude. Nils, when that stuff was going on with Jim, until you brought it up, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that there was an issue. When I heard your name again recently, I was like, oh, the guy that went out, with all the bodies in North Carolina, that guy. I didn't even remember about that. You wouldn't be on our radar to look anything up like that.
Yeah, I mean, I literally came on. You and I talked about it, and I apologize. I was brown about it.
No,
drunk and pissy.
If we didn't look up Watcher Crazy's information like that, unless really provoked, because Jim always says the quote, I'm going to turn this into a little project of mine. And when she said that about Jim's dad without any proof, with complete bullshit, Jim did a little bit of digging, and guess what popped up? So these people, and I mean, this goes with like people like Leanne and this and that. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're not important, but it's like it takes a lot, or somebody reaching out to us for us to look into something.
I completely forgot about it until Jim mentioned that her brother-in-law was a pedophile. And I was like, let me tell you something that she said. And I just swept it under the rug. Like it's bullshit. It was just a rumor.
I would say prove it.
When she said that, I was like, that's bullshit. Oh, no. He said it on this stream and stuff. And that was before the OTT launched, because you guys have been, you guys were plugging that in. So I was like, well, where was he at? Oh, he was on my stream and all this stuff. Well, I cut ties with her after that. I was like, you're full of shit.
Yeah. I mean, if she keeps all her shows like mine, prove it. I mean, who knows? I mean, we talk a lot of shit and we joke about a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of, crass jokes. Who knows what a context might have been? I mean, dude, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm keeping track of this month. I got 5 hours on Monday.
How you doing?
I got 3 hours of live streaming on Tuesday. over 2 hours on Tuesday. I'm sorry, that was Monday. 5 hours on Wednesday. Over 5.5 hours today, Thursday. 2.5 hours today. So I'm keeping track of every single show that I go on and our own shows. I'm already at 20 hours this month. Do you think that I remember exactly what I said on Angel Gaudi's show when I was on there at 4 hours on Wednesday? Let alone something I said 3 years ago.
I have a fairly good memory for shit like that, and it was the same month that when Jim called her out about her son.
Okay,
she had that
and you would remember it because it's about you. I've only ever spoke to Watcher Crazy one time on the phone, and I just bullshitted with her and told her some different funny stories and some things I like and didn't like. She used that one conversation to say that I gave her Betty Hayward's real name. That was a lie. It was already getting out there. And then later on, we gave it out anyways after she said it. But
like I cut ties with Guidance and Watcher and all of that whole crew. I mean, they were just bad.
We haven't heard from Guidance in years.
Yeah, they were very toxic people. I found out later they were very toxic, miserable people.
Well, Guidance was the same as Mrs. T, right?
Yeah, Miss T. Yeah, I mean we haven't really spoke about her, and I don't know. It's just, I mean, we have had look at it even from this point of view. BJ came in, and I think out of the 2 years, spent like a year and maybe like a half with us, maybe a little bit less.
Wait, is that the fat brunette that lies constantly?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. She has like kind of dreadlocks, but I don't know what she looks like now.
I'm thinking of the one that has a crime show that lies.
No. This lady was a lady with dreadlocks. She was on our show. She had her own show. So she was with us probably up until like November. So like July, August, September. So it's like 15 months. So there's 15 months of a person's life where she got pregnant and it had stuff, and all that's in the middle of it. And most of you guys weren't even there for that. And so Miss T is way before even BJ. There's like different generations of people. So BJ is 7 months removed. She's already had a kid since the last time we spoke to her. And we did another 7 months of content. So do I remember everything I said to Miss T 2.5 years ago? No. But I could tell you this. I remember that I forgot that I had one phone conversation with Watcher Crazy. And that was the one where she lied and said that I said Betty Hayward's real name. It's not true.
Yeah. And Watcher Crazy, and if you're watching, is just a backwoods Ozark trailer park living, trashy garbage bag of a lie that tries to make yourself look good by character assassination of others. And then miserable people do that. Miserable people will try to make other people miserable to bring them down to their level, so that way they can control them. And when you call them out on their bullshit, because they're everywhere, and just a different class of a person, and for whatever reason, her whole life went south, and so she tries to justify and bullshit and lie.
She goes like this: I'm allowed to have an opinion. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Why does he got a children book? Okay, well, then I'm allowed to state a fact. Your brother-in-law was, and here's the thing: she's got a history of this. You look at her background with Gorilla Jack. That's another one.
Yeah, coming on all accounts with the pity party and stuff, and feel sorry for me. No.
Hey, Christine, I'm going to have to chop you down for a minute, okay, Christine?
When people experience true suffering, one of two things will happen.
Man.
They'll be miserable and make everybody else around them miserable.
Just hold on, Christine. Don't get upset.
Yeah, hold on, Christine. Or two, they'll say, fuck it, I'm done with this type of lifestyle. I don't like this shit. And they'll try to make themselves better than they were the day before.
Hey, Jim, how you doing, Jim?
Good. What's Christine getting all worked up about?
Because I can only have 6 people up on my panel right now, and I had to drop her down for a minute.
Hey, Johnny, what's going on? I noticed a little StreamYard duck up there. What's going on? What happened to you financially? What's going on? People are saying you might be in a crisis.
No. What happened was I went over my limit. I went over my limit on my credit card, on my bank card, and so I couldn't. So my bank card put a stop for other transgressions to coming in, and so I just got to wait till the end of this month so I can get my StreamYard going back. That's
Johnny,
all.
Listen, Johnny, it might be time to start going out there and collecting cans again, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just go in the corner and sell your body, man.
Let's fill the bar, guys.
I tell you what, I did cans recently, Johnny. I save them up over a couple months, and I think I had like 3 or 4 trash bags full. I got $8.
$8?
I could barely get El
Where
Pollo
do you
Loco with
go
it.
to turn them in at?
There's a place right by Randy's Donuts that I go by too. It's
How
off,
much they charge
Manchester.
How much they charge per pound for cans?
You know what? I'd never even asked that. I have no idea.
Yeah, you're getting revved up. Where I go, where me and PZ go, we're paying we're getting paid $2 per pound $2 per pound for cans.
I mean, I'm not bringing them a lot. Difference of $1 or $2. It's not the big deal. It's just the convenience of it. It's in a nice area. So.
Yeah, but three trash bags, Mr. X. If it's $2 a pound, and you made $8, that's 4 pounds. You got to have more than 4 pounds.
I had a lot of glass in there too, and I barely had any cans. It was mostly plastic.
Oh, fuck!
That's
fuck
why.
you
Plastic's only playing $1.20.
I didn't even know you could turn in plastic.
Yeah. What's up, Erica?
You guys want to hear? You guys want to hear a great aluminum story, can story?
Yeah.
I was playing arena football, and this team, I'm not going to say the team, but the owner, they stopped paying some of the players. They owed them a shitload of money. But the players were all staying in a team housing. It was this real nice brownstone house. And there were 6 different players that were staying in this big, beautiful home. Don't forget, 6 guys is a third of an arena team. So I was not staying there. All black dudes, hardwood floors. So the owner was a buddy of mine, and he says, "Hey, Jim, can you go with me? I got to go to this house. I just got a call that the owner of the house that I'm renting it off of to put the players in wants me to go check it out. The neighbors are complaining." Very posh white area. So long story short, I get in the truck. I go with them. We go to the house. His phone rings. He puts it on speaker in the car, in his truck. I'm in the truck with him. And the guy goes, "Hey, listen, I just want you to know that I'm getting calls from my neighbors that it's a total war zone over there. It's a ghetto, and they're in one house, and my neighbors are calling, threatening me. I'm in Montana." This is in North Georgia, by the way. And he goes, "And you know what's going on? They said that they ripped the garage door off." And I was like, "Holy shit, the little side garage door, they broke it." So we get there, and we're looking around, and we go in the house, and of course there's girlfriends and baby mamas and kids and pit bulls, and some of them moved their grandmother into this house. It was all supposed to be for players. And these dogs scratched up the heart. The place is fucked. It's just fucked. And we call the owner of our arena team called the owner of this house. And he goes, "Hey, listen, I'm here, and the garage door is not broken. It's still there. It's locked, and it's, on the side of the house." The guy goes, "What are you fucking talking about?" "I'm talking about the garage door, the big door." Well, the door was open. We went just in the house through the garage. So we go back out to the garage, and the garage door was missing, the big garage door. This was a 4-car garage. So the door was massive. So we're like, well, where the fuck does a door that's 30 feet by 15 feet go? Like, how could it be gone? So a neighbor comes over, some older white guy, and he goes, "Are you the guy renting this house?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I just want you to know these players are outside fist fighting, smoking dope. They got pit bulls roaming the neighborhood." He goes, "This has just turned into a real nightmare." And we go, "Sir, where's the garage door?" He goes, "They backed a Cadillac up, tied it to the bumper, and pulled the garage door off and dragged it down the street." And we said, "Well, where's the garage door?" He goes, "The last we heard, they took it in and sold it for aluminum or steel or something."
Wow.
And they did that to compensate for the money that the owner didn't pay him. They took the garage door and took it in. Now, I don't know what that weighs, and I don't know that. Are garage doors aluminum? Maybe they're aluminum. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then there you go.
You sure that wasn't Marshall University, Jim?
Oh, just animals. I got so many stories like that, but I was in a hotel one time, and the owner didn't pay a couple of players, or their checks were short. I always went to the bank it was drawn on and cashed it the morning I got it. So I never deposited it or anything. And these guys didn't get paid, or their checks bounced or something, and they took everything out of the hotel room. TVs, glasses, fans, fixtures, everything.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I can't even tell you what that cost the owner.
I just want to say this real quick. I want to give a shout out to Bob Farrell. Bob Farrell, if you're out there and you're listening, good to see you, bro. I can't wait till you come back, man.
He's gambling. He was on the OTT today. Still not a big fan of Leanne, but he said, he is gambling right now. He's playing cards with his nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just let Bob do his own thing, and when he's ready to come back, he's ready to come back. I mean, if it's 2 weeks, if it's a month, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, for the haters out there that don't know, I used to be a Jim Terry, like 2.5, 3 years ago. Jim Terry. Well, it didn't even last that long. It was like 2 weeks. Jim Terry hater.
I didn't know that, Nils.
Yeah. That
when did you even see me?
That was when I like did this little fucked up research and shit, and found out about the me and your brother talked about it. The guy with your same name, he was like some 6'4" black dude that got busted for drugs, and his kid's taken away and shit in Pinellas County.
Wait, what happened? A 6'4" guy got bit?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he got sent away and shit like that, and I sent it to guidance, and guidance like rolled with her, streamed through it and shit, bad mouthing, and I jumped on that bandwagon. That was horrible. That was a bad time.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what you're talking about. I got bit by a snake.
Yeah, no. That was 3 years ago. Like your kids left you, and you got thrown in jail for drugs, pulled over, and for DUI.
Yeah, see, we talked about that, Nils. Yeah, Watcher of Crazy started telling people that I had a heroin bust, that I had drugs, that all this stuff was going on. And
all this shit, yeah.
She had gotten me confused with a guy named James Terry out of Florida, an older black guy. She acted today like she had never heard of that. See, you remember that. I'm glad you're backing us up on this. Yeah, that was all her.
Yeah, that was a long time. So
it wasn't me.
Yeah, man, I'm almost said his real name, Mr. X. And I got in there and talked, and I apologized. I said, "Man, that was bullshit."
I just proved it to you. I said, "Here's the proof. Here's Jim's age. Here's this. Here's that." Because we had already been down that road with some other people, and that happens. I mean, Jim's got a common name, and his dad's name has got the same name except for the middle name's different. But and by the way, Jim is not a junior. Too, for the people who keep saying that, they're wrong about that. That's not accurate.
That is correct, sir.
But hey, they always say prove it. We prove it. Then they talk about something else. And then when we say for them to prove it, they don't do it. Or just like we say, hey, show up, they don't do it. So it is what it is. And I'll put this out there. Watcher Crazy is watching this because she was talking real tough today. And believe me, the last thing I want to do is get into a physical altercation with a 5'4" obese woman. But I'm looking it up right now. And let me see here. It is... Let me find it, and I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, that's what I was telling X, man.
All right, who's having a whole fucking conversation in the background? Somebody, what's going on with Shark Hitter?
Well, because you like.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that whole.
Somebody's got to mute Shark Hitter. Get rid of him. He's talking to somebody and so loud.
Hey, be right back.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I completely forgot about that whole pedophile comment that she had made that she had blamed you for.
God.
And until you had mentioned her brother-in-law being a convicted pedophile.
So here's what I was going to say real quick. So this is for Watcher Crazy or any other hater. Friday, because she doesn't work or doesn't have a job that has any kind of real meaning. Friday, August 15th, I will be getting off a plane, Southwest Airlines. She could fly from Dallas. She could fly from San Antonio. Houston's probably closest to her. And I'll be in the airport. And I'm coming from LAX to Las Vegas, and I'll be walking out, no mask, no show, even though we will be on Crab Lakes Friday, and we'll just see if you're there. No weapons, because you got to come off a plane, you got to be in the terminal, and let's just see. And if you follow me out to the parking lot, then we'll see.
We offered her $10,000 to show up and do a grappling thing with BJ, and she wouldn't do it. So these people are whack jobs.
I don't think she could go 10 minutes on a treadmill. I'm serious. I don't think prove it.
Thank you for the $20 cash app, but I'm not going to say your name. You know who you are. Thank you for the $20 cash app. Thank you very much.
Computer on a treadmill.
Good to see Dana HGT. Good to see Dana.
So yeah, that was a whole fiasco, man. But it's like, I know you're full of shit. It's like when you start something and you blame somebody else for saying it, and then you turn around and try to defend, the person that you're telling it to. I mean, that's a red flag.
So you're not a big fan of Watcher of Crazies, then, Nils? I've never heard you talk publicly about her.
Yeah, bro, I really haven't, because that's the way I am, honestly. Negative shit goes down, people like that, I just fucking block them, ignore them. They're done.
You know what's interesting is she keeps saying that a lot of people are, her numbers are atrocious. And it's not all her fault. Compared to all the rest of the shows, her show is put together a lot better than, let's say, Twin Mama, or, you know what I mean? But
holy shit, I haven't heard that name in forever.
Well, yeah, and she's, but a lot of those people are gone. Ruben Sanchez and Lay Pipe, and they're gone, and they're not helping out anybody. Now, I think Fumble Nuts is going to go on, that I'd be interested to see if he tries to mention or even acknowledges his father trying to kill his older brother. He ran from that story like you couldn't believe, like so many of them do. And Watcher, ain't nobody trying to make you scared of anybody. We know you are. You're triggered. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? All right, give me a second. I can take a whiz.
Yeah, so when most people do that shit, man, and they just start running their mouth, it's like, I'm fucking done.
Noodle salad.
I'm done.
Yeah,
our goal is to do engagement for their channel, and I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. I'm not going to give them that attention.
I hear you. Yeah, I always tell people our goal is to do entertainment. We're not trying to fight with anybody. We don't want to fight with anybody. But, if we got to call something out, and the things that she's saying are just, and I'm talking about Watcher Crazy, are just such blatant lies. And then you do a little search of a family member, and bang, it pops up. And let's not forget, I don't know if you guys were around or not, but they were all into that AF group. They all had, including Betty Hayward, they all had AF. Yep, they were all doing it. I think maybe the only one who didn't do it was Miss T. I can't remember, though. Yeah, and it ended up being Gorilla Jack in Weedle B. And we found out about Gorilla Jack. That's in the papers, too. That's documented, too. So, I don't know. What are we supposed to do here?
Yeah. So, I just pretty much cut them loose. And, later, years from now, if they apologize and, hey, I'm sorry for all the shit that I said and did, that's fine. I forgive you. Fuck you. Get out of my face. I'm done. That's it. That's just the type of person I am. I don't let that shit bother me. It's not going to bother me. It's not going to affect my income, my lifestyle, my birthday. And if you show up here starting shit, this is West Virginia. So it's a whole different world. That's all I have to say. So good luck.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not a big deal. I don't think anybody's going to show up and do anything with
not
a weapon or anything, or, nobody's going to do it. Like some of these people, I'm sure they don't want to go into jail over YouTube. It's silly.
Yeah. Well, there's some that are stupid enough too. Look at Belle V when what's her name showed up at her house.
Right. The only thing about them is they are family, and there might be something going on that we don't know. And
That's true too. That is.
It's not like it's a total unknown walking into somebody's store or business.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your dad's. That was bullshit with Fumble Nuts. That was absolute fucking bullshit. When Jim told me, that pissed me off because I was like, that's too far.
Sure. Yeah.
That is way too far. So, and it's.
Well, now you know why he's got a bad temper. He's, and it shows. So,
and you guys, Jim and X are cool folks, Yeah, they fuck around. They roast people. They bullshit. It's that comedy aspect. They're good at it.
Yeah, it's kind of part of what entertainment is. Here's the thing. In my life, I always like to have something that I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to going to Vegas in August and September. I'm looking forward to the Blu-ray coming out. I'm looking forward to the next movie that I'm doing. Building stuff on my. What are these people having? Like Johnny's looking forward to, fixing up his health and all that kind of stuff. Like people who have goals in front of them are the kind of things. What does Watcher have to look forward to? What her getting out of a drug bust?
That next fat check going to fucking Waffle House and Walmart? I don't know.
Right. Like, what is her goal? What, a $10 Cash App because she did a video on somebody and somebody doesn't know the whole story, so they send her $10 and she'll get 7 of it in a month?
Yeah. Because honestly, the way that I view Johnny, don't take this the wrong way, man. Please do not take this the wrong way. But that people like Watcher of Crazy and others that have these fucking YouTube channels that beg for money. It's social media welfare. And she has no goals in life, nothing. Like from her past experiences and her past life, everything has collapsed. And in her mind, she tries to justify herself being a better person than she is.
Who is this? Who are we talking about? Still Watcher?
Yeah.
She did say today, Nils, it's funny you should say that. She did say on her show today, and I listened back to that 15-minute show, she did say she's got nothing left. She's got nothing to lose. Nothing else can be taken away from her. You know what else is interesting is at the beginning, she was playing stuff with Crystal Ann and all them people. And let me explain something. I guess Crystal Ann thinks...
Wow.
And I guess because Crystal Ann thinks that since she's been gone for 6 months, that we forgot that she cheated on her husband with the guy in Australia and was trying to set up that meeting and asked for, got pictures of his dong and all kinds of shit. I mean, she really thinks we forgot about her.
Yeah, we proved that too. We showed all those text messages and all that. She disappeared after that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she wants to come back for more. Maybe she's all meted up again, and she thinks that, I mean, but if I find out that her or Stiffy are continuing this stuff, well, then we'll just go and nail them too. Just because the majority of these people are gone doesn't mean Stiffy, you really want to do this? I mean, Stiffy, you continue to make videos and shit. I'm going to give you that one video just because I think you're an idiot, a moron. But if I see another video, Stiffy, we're going hard after you. We've got enough on you. Stiffy and Crystal Ann and your husband. I can't believe she could even show her face. I mean, he looks like a total.
I didn't know that.
He looks like a total cuckle.
Thank you, Homegrown.
Thank you, Homegrown.
Thank you, Homegrown. About time. I mean, Homegrown, you're going to be gone in 6 weeks. It might be time to put 100 on her.
This is why
I want to say this real quick. I want to say something real quick. That's like Stiffy wants to go run her mouth about my show too. And I told Ian, I said, Ian, you cannot have Stiffy on your show if you're going to keep on coming over here. You gotta let her go, bro. You gotta let Stiffy go. And he says, "Oh man, she's been there since day one, and she's been my mod forever." And I said, "Well, you know what? How can you call me your friend? How can you call me I'm your friend and PZ's your friend when Stiffy's a big enemy of mine and hers? You know what I mean? So you got to make a decision, Ian. You know what I mean? I totally don't play. I don't play double sides of fence. I play one side. If you're on one side, you're on that one side. If you're on that other side, you're on that other side. But I don't play that bullshit.
All I have to say,
you just got to keep on moving.
All I have to say on top of that is Johnny's right. Be at your worst and see who sticks around. Like when Johnny first came on Belgians, and I met Johnny, and he told me his entire backstory from where he was then at the beginning of recovery to where he's at now is a completely different person. He just said, I'm sick of fucking being miserable. And when people are at their lowest, they'll either continue to be miserable and hate everyone around them, or they'll say, fuck it, and I want to be a better person than I was the day before. And every day they have that same attitude, and Johnny has done that. And he's had a huge support network because of it, because people believe in him. And there's others that just don't care. They just don't care at all. They're going to try and make
Nels, not only that, Nels, because of Jim Terry and Mr. X, they have brought me back up again because what Fumble Nuts has done to me. Fumble Nuts did a fucking big number to me, dude. He took everybody that I had on my show over to his side.
And you know what's interesting about that, Johnny? He has lost 70 or 80.
I was going to say he's lost them since then.
Yeah, it took him 2 years to infiltrate and totally suck everything out of what you had. And it took him about 4 to 5 months to lose everything. Laying the pipe is not there. He won't talk about that. Ruben Sanchez is not there. He won't. It's him and his pig wife. And the only reason she's there is so that he saves face. I mean, it's interesting. She was very rarely on the show when Fumble Nuts' girlfriend, Betty Hayward, was there. But now, it's almost
Danielle isn't there. That's the one her name isn't there. Betty Hayward. Here's one thing too that I don't understand is like, because you were talking about making money, Nils, and I'm for people making money. I think people's time is worth money, and if they come on here and they're hosting it, I understand what you're saying, but I think they should make money too. What I don't understand is if you're going to spend all this time and not make any money, that's the one I don't understand. Like, let's just say you're just having fun. You're like, oh, I'm not worried about it. Kind of like Bob, even though Bob's monetized. But to only goal, and you're going to spend 4 to 5 hours a week, a person to shit talk us and not make any money. At least if you're going to shit talk us, make 10 or 20 or $30.
And Crystal Ann is out there saying stuff about we don't know how to grift correctly on a Friday or whatever. Crystal Ann, we've had a show every Friday for 81 weeks that has hit a goal. If we wanted to do what you do, which is go there and do that tragedy thing or say whatever you said earlier, we start fights just to make money, that's not even close. We do better when we don't do that. But we have to do that. But I'll tell you what it does do, it keeps you people from making money. See, we can move a piece of the chessboard, a pawn on the chessboard off. We can fall on the sword and say the same thing over and over because it ultimately hurts you more than it ever hurts us. Don't forget, our numbers are fixed. When we get over 800 people on the OTT, if we do a show Tuesday, it's 2 minutes, or we do a show and it's 6 hours, we still get the same $29.99 a month. You guys have to continuously do what you're doing in order to just trickle in nothing. And Twin Mama said it best. She wasn't even making enough money to get StreamYard. And then when Betty Hayward got banned, all of a sudden Betty came back. Eric Foss fucked up that entire community in one fell swoop.
That's why I'm not even that mad at him.
That's why I don't go after him.
Yeah, and whatever his chaos is or his personality is, good, bad, or indifferent, he came in there like a bolt of lightning and just destroyed that community. Did something Jim and I couldn't do. I don't know. I don't know if he's because he's got drugs they want or because. But he essentially, and I haven't talked about him, but he's essentially just took the balls away from Fumble Nuts. I mean, that's what he did. And his show is more relevant now than probably any of them, frankly. And he doesn't have much content either. He just sits there in a fucking kitchen. Well, I mean, what he says, homegrown, is this is the newest, hottest show. And he's like sitting there in a kitchen. And I'm like, well, what's hot about sitting in your kitchen? You know, you don't have air conditioning? I mean, watch the beginning of XNN tonight. When I go to the post office, a little something I cut. I do that kind of stuff all the time. What is he doing? Like, why doesn't he go us and show us around where he's selling real estate or the nice big house that he just sold? Because he's not working.
Yeah, I don't watch his shows. If something's brought up, I'll go back and watch it and see, what was said, go to that point or whatever. But I'm not going to give him the credit.
I don't watch the show either. I only hear about it. I mean, unless it's
Chris
something.
Capello, how you doing, sir?
And I really wish our people wouldn't, I'm saying our people,
hey, Leanne,
would not go over there in bunches, maybe one or two to, catch some shit or whatever. But everybody,
Well, what have you heard about this? Because you kind of still do you deal with Danielle or any of them over there at all?
Jim, I don't deal with any of them. You
don't hear from Arkansas or any of them?
Haven't heard from Arkansas. I mean, it's just I don't.
Arkansas texted me today.
I've got I've got my opinions. I've told you that before, but I don't keep in touch with them. Like Watcher Crazy Rizman just brought it up. That,
real quick.
Homegrown and Farmer need to take heed of what's said here, because Homegrown and Farmer think the world of Watcher Crazy. I mean, I don't think the world of her. I just don't think that she's that bad of a person. I think that the YouTube stuff brings out the worst in a lot of people.
And you know what? I mean, I'm partly there with you on that. I don't totally disagree with you. The bottom line is just fabricating stuff. But she is trying to convince 21 people. Every day 21 people. And I realize that she tried to branch out and do other stuff, but it's not like she hasn't done this before and it doesn't work and she comes back. She's always looking for an excuse to have a reply or whatever. She was all over the place today. She's going to call district attorney. She wants to show up and fight people, come to my house. You're stalking me. That's not true. I mean, she tried to throw everything. And the fact that she had the show set up for like 3 or 5 o'clock and had to go on for 15 minutes. I mean, she basically is doing shows for audiences of like, I think there was a total of 29 people. And I know 3 or 4 of our people that were watching it while she came on. And so she had probably less than 20 of her people even over there. So she has lost.
It was a lie. That's for sure. She didn't say it was a lie. She didn't say it wasn't true.
Yeah, and listen, we shouldn't have to bring that out. And if we were really looking into Watcher, we would have found that pedophile. It took about 5 minutes to find him, you know. And listen, give the geologic or give the timeline of your sister. What year she married him? What year she divorced him? How old her son is? How old Watcher's son is? How old was Watcher's son when he got? Because according to the people that I talked to in the family, they all knew about it. And I mean, listen. Watcher of Crazy's son's girlfriend, who I talked to today, knew the uncle. That guy was around. And if Watcher of Crazy's sister's kid is 20 right now, 10 years ago, he'd have been 10. I mean, she had to have been married to that guy 10 years ago when he never came over for Christmas. He was the one husband that, you know, and she married him. She took a vow in front of God to stay married to that guy till death do they part. You know, you're telling me she didn't know? It's funny, none of these women know these men after the fact. It's like they married complete strangers. Yeah, right.
You just got into what I was going to tell about, and this is the common misconception. Johnny, homegrown X, and especially X and Jim know this because they'll call this person and this person. It doesn't matter who you know; it's who knows you.
That's what I would say.
Have that good reputation. That's what matters. That's not who you know; it's who knows you.
Yeah,
and you're right about
that. Yeah, I've talked about that cliche. I mean, I always go one step further. It's who knows you and who's willing to do something for you. Like I know a lot of really good stunt guys, and they know me, but they're not willing to put me on maybe a show or hire me. You know what I mean? So it's great that I know them and that I'm friendly with them. Everybody calls each other brother, you know, but you know, they wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire, unless I was on one of their sets, which they wouldn't hire me for anyways, and I wouldn't hire them. So, you know.
I mean, what I don't understand is, didn't Watch of Crazy's sister and her ever talk? I mean, one's got a black dude, one's got a pedo. You never talked to Watch of Crazy, your sister, and she didn't tell you that guy would only bang her from behind while the Little Rascals TV show was on?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
I will never look at Andy Griffith the same again either.
Fucking kids.
But yeah, goddamn kids. But yeah, that's it. That's, you know, you can call this district attorney, this senator, fucking President Trump. It doesn't matter. If they don't know who you are, they're not going to do shit for you.
Remember when Homegrown was trying to fuck Arkansas?
Every day, man. Every day.
He just wants to
remember when he offered her a cabin in the woods or something creepy, a tent or something? What was that all about?
Well, that's now a rent house.
Oh, dude, I'm done with you tonight.
Hey, Homegrown, was it this time last year that your daughter was over graduating? Did you have some?
Away from you bitches.
Did you have?
All right, I got to take off. I'll see you in a bit.
All right. Didn't you have somebody graduating Homegrown time last year, or was that Christmas or something? You had like a bunch of younger people.
No, she just graduated last month.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's. Oh God, I thought that was a whole year ago already. Would she graduate? She graduated from what though? A month ago.
Well, they have a program in Texas that.
Okay. And how is she doing? I don't hear you mention anything about her anymore.
Oh, she's doing great. She's putting in a lot of hours, and you know, she knows what it takes to, you know, work hard and everything to make money. You know, she's got a goal and she's going to do it. And I think she's wanting to go to. I think she's wanting about have her talked into going to the airplane industry. So we'll call it that.
Have you ever talked, Homegrown? Have you ever talked to the guy that flies airplanes on our show, Tennessee Gambler? Have you ever spoken to him?
We have run into each other in different places. We've never actually had a long one-on-one conversation. If anything, you know, we said hello to each other and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I know very well who he is. But I didn't know he was a pilot until I, went to the OTT. So
yeah, he's a pilot.
I always knew him as a college fan.
Yeah, he is. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Fumble Nuts is now live. He's got less than 31 people watching him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yep.
No,
And
We got 100, and we have 109.
yeah.
That's
And
good.
let me put this on mute. I got to go take a squirt.
Okay. Hey, Christine, if you're listening, you got to come back in and come back out because I can't bring you up. Come back in and come back out, babe.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
So, Watcher Crazy's a fan of mine. You were telling me? I don't know. You said she has a crush on me.
I didn't say her, bro. I said somebody else.
Oh, who?
Uh-oh.
Joy Perry.
Oh, Joy Perry.
And Girl Ryan.
Johnny, let me ask you something. You met Joy Perry. I don't think we've ever discussed this. You didn't tell me this, but I heard this, and I don't know who did.
Oh, God.
Did she smell like urine or shit or anything?
She smelled like a little bit of like urine a little bit.
She smelled like poop?
No. She smelled like urine.
I got it on good. I've got it on great accord that she smelled like feces.
Oh.
Like hot, like if a dog took a shit on the sidewalk at noon and you came by at 3 and that motherfucker had been baking.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
And somebody also said that she was wearing a what is that called? A colostomy bag of some sort?
Yeah, colostomy bag.
A catheter?
Yeah, she had sort of a bag that she went to the bathroom in, and somebody had to help her in there, and she had to empty it.
No.
Probably.
I don't know about that.
If I would have known she had a bag, I would have paid you to kick her in the bag, see it explode in her pants.
Give her a big old hug, right?
She's going to die soon, and we're going to do a major show about it.
Now, that was the lady that Joy Perry was the lady that you visited, Johnny?
She's always coming in my chat.
Johnny fucked her.
No, I didn't, you nasty ass.
Johnny said, let me just test this out. I mean, this has got to be just as good as a butthole. He just blew raw, too. Didn't even care.
No, you're gross, Jim.
There's the bodybuilder coming on.
And there she is, Christina Furtano.
The Olympian bodybuilder.
Always got the lowest plunging neckline with a titty or two hanging out. What's going on?
50-inch neck, 22-inch biceps.
Well, I'm making more hours at the job.
Good. You deserve it. How many hours are you going to get and how many
40
days you
hours a week.
I don't know yet. I just talked to the manager today. But
That's because, Christine, that's because I called your job and they told me you were cleaning the meat with Clorox. Yes, I did. Your boss told me you were cleaning the meat using Clorox and you were making people sick.
Oh, God, Jim, that's not true. That's not true. But I make it hours. I gave my available to them and see what happens. I make it another day. I may work 2 days. Hopefully.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe, but I don't know yet.
Hey, how come Nils' son looks like Mr. X without the mask a little bit? Like that's exactly what Mr. X looked like in like 6th grade. He looks just like Mr. X. Oh my God, that's insane.
That Nels got it on mute.
Yeah, and that kid's like 14 years old and he's drinking, he's swinging on that wine.
Let me tell you what. I have been in an argument. This is my middle son. I have been in an argument with him. He wants to go for his PhD in criminal justice. I want him to go for his JD. That way he has something to fall on, the court system outside being an investigator. But he wants
26.
To be, he's 26.
What school is he? What college is he? Is he online or?
University.
Go Herd.
Where?
Marshall University.
Oh, okay. So he's there. What does he want to do? He wants to get into criminal justice, or what did you say, Bills?
He's doing his accelerated master's in criminal justice.
I'm a fucking detective, yo.
working.
Yeah, I don't know anything about. I didn't know you needed all that to be a detective. I just thought you worked your way up as a cop.
It depends on the profession. Like if you do go to like local police, you have to have at least a year as a patrol officer, then you can move to an investigative unit. But anything federal level needs at least a bachelor's degree in a related field and some work experience. So
The guy you need to talk to is in our chat right now. His name is Rizman. He was a highly decorated retired detective on the East Coast. He could shoot you straight. Like he was the real deal.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, if I was coming out of college now, what would I get into? You know what would be a good idea is if you could get your dad to invest in a business like payphones. I think they're going to make a comeback.
God damn it. 1-800-COLLECT, right? Yeah.
We out of baby, it's a boy.
God, no, he wants to do that on the federal level, and he was going to double major with computer forensics.
I wanted to double major, but I didn't have the funds for
man,
it.
go get your JD because you can do both. And then if one, you always have a backup plan, and you can go into the court system.
And he's already 26 years old. I mean, by the time he finishes school, he's going to be 30. These kids stay in school forever now, huh?
Yeah, he's
actually in the accelerated master's program. He's only got to take one extra year from his bachelor's to get his
and on the president's list and the dean's list, and the only
forget all that president's list, dean's list. How many in college whores are you bagging?
I'm also getting into the
only 2.
Well, I'm also getting into Alpha
One's
Phi Sigma,
deaf.
the criminal justice on inequality.
Yeah,
which is great.
Hey, what's your son's name, Nils? I don't even know his name.
Connor.
Oh, it's Todd.
Connor.
Oh, Connor.
I don't know my kids Todd or Lance or Keith.
Clyde. Hey, Todd, let me ask you a question. Connor, let me ask you a question. You get a lot of chicks in college?
Yeah, but not in the way you think. Like I have a lot of friends that are women, but
You're not
I'm not.
Oh, would you say he's banging a professor?
Oh God, I wish.
Probably.
Hey, Connor, can you do me a favor? Let your mom smell your finger and tell me what it's like, ma'am.
Ew.
I'm done.
Get out of here.
Party's over. Party's over, Connor.
He said I'm drinking wine on that note.
I was on that campus. That is a phenomenal campus. That's a party campus. They had all this. I mean, I haven't been there in probably
That's where I graduated from.
22 years, but that was a great. I mean, Huntington, West Virginia was just one of those great towns. I really liked it. I wasn't there as long as I should have been. They probably would ask me to run for mayor, but it's right on the river. Great place. It's got to be 10 times bigger than it used to be.
We live about 30 miles north of there.
Okay. So does he go online or does he commute in?
Both.
Okay.
Right now, I'm taking research methods online, but this fall I'll be on campus all the time, again.
He's getting a little drunk. He's starting to use the F-bomb and stuff. You hear that? 1/2 a glass of Ripple.
I am so sober right now.
I'm a Navy brat. I know more curse words than most people do because my dad was a sailor, quite literally.
Your first language was fuck shit.
What now, Miss Nils? Miss Nils, let me ask you a question. You went to Marshall too, right? That's where you met him.
She's Marshall alumni and Phi Theta Kappa.
Okay, so you went there, but you grew up there, or did you grow up in Did you grow up like in Charleston or something?
No, I was born in Philadelphia, and my dad was in the Navy, and we were moving every 6 months to a year, so I didn't really grow up anywhere.
She lived in the LBC too.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is X? He would love this.
I lived in
California, Virginia.
I'm trying to think of the towns of California I lived in.
Vallejo?
I lived in Vallejo and Fairfield in California. I lived in
San Diego?
Great Lakes, Illinois. I lived in Sabine Pass, Texas, Biloxi, Mississippi, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina.
I've lived in Charleston and I've lived in Biloxi. So far I know because I lived right near the North Charleston Coliseum. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we met in Charleston.
Yep.
He moved 2 doors down from me, literally.
Right around the corner.
They moved.
I played for the Swamp Foxes at the North Charleston Coliseum.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in Berkeley County.
Yep.
And then a lot of our players they housed our players over in Goose Creek. I remember that name.
I was going to say, I lived in Goose Creek on the
were
Navy base, which is now a joint base
Merrington.
And then we yeah, Merrington.
Then you moved
And
to my
then
neighborhood.
we lived in Ladson, is where we met.
So there was a giant base in Goose Creek, and we had some sort of a coupon with the team or a card where we could go onto the base to buy groceries and clothes, and it was a lot cheaper than anywhere else.
Yep, I lived on that base.
We were in Merrington. I remember we were drunk as fuck when we went down to the MWR.
I went to middle school.
Stronger is the devil, but anyways. So yeah, we were in College Park, right off College Park Road in Ladson, and she moved 2 doors down from me.
That's when my dad retired.
And I tried to get with her sister, and when I asked her out, she thought I was joking. So I asked out Angie, and we've been together since. That was in high school. I was a junior; she was a sophomore.
Yeah, I remember when we sat down in our first team meeting in Charleston, and the head coach and the owner, his name was Danny Blythe, and he came over and he said, "I'm going to tell you guys everything you need to know about Charleston.
Yep,
it's the lowest in the country in SATs and the highest in STDs." Everybody's like, "Yeah."
I've heard that.
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I'm in heaven."
Why do you think I moved away from there? After high school, I was done.
Let me. You guys remember when? What about when Arkansas had the AIDS for a while? What happened with that?
I never heard about that.
She had the HIV. That's what it's according to her. The disease that she has something to do with HIV. It's a precursor. We looked it up and everything. She said the name of it. Has it gone away? I mean,
Homegrown know about that?
Yeah, because Homegrown's friends were all worried because like half of them banged her.
Well, I had I don't think I have it anymore, but I did have a copy of her test results.
Oh shit!
Which was back in November. We want her to take one now.
She's been in Texas a lot more since then, but it's off topic. But I heard today it went to the governor's desk that I guess Texas is banning THC.
I haven't heard that.
It was on the news today.
Huh.
So yeah, I guess it passed the Senate and the House there. So yeah.
Huh.
Hey, you know what, Jim? She went on a road trip again, Jim.
I want to go.
You hear me, Jim?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure she did. Listen.
She went and saw Marissa.
You can't go on a road trip to Bahamas.
The hell no.
I thought she just got back from Marissa's.
She did.
Yeah, she just went and saw Marissa, though.
If her and Marissa both don't have tons of STDs, then they don't exist. I mean, those two broads. Marissa was the one wearing the wig, right? That was the one that was big on our show, and she started banging that guy in front of her ex-husband. What was his name? Monch or Mosh?
Man, I heard some bad shit about him. Everybody was like, "Don't do it. Don't even."
You know, he's got some. He's got some.
Was there, and he was scared shitless because he thought the husband was going to come in and kill everybody in there.
I guess he's a cross-dresser too.
Yeah, he's wearing thongs and stuff. But you know that par for the course because Melissa kind of looks like a dude with that bald head. You know, I don't know. Those, you know.
I've never seen her without.
Oh, I have. She looks like. I'll tell you, she looks like. So she's got like some strands. You ever seen like when somebody's been in a? You ever seen Fire Marshal Bill? He takes his hat off.
I'm done with you.
She's got like a ponytail in the top middle of her head.
Christine, talking about Marissa or Arkansas?
Oh no! I don't know about Arkansas. I'm talking about Marissa. Is it Melissa or Marissa?
Marissa, yeah.
How bad does your husband have to be?
I went over there for her birthday party to say, happy birthday and shit. It ended up being a fucking shit fest because other people had egos, and I'm just like, I'm done.
How shitty does your husband have to be? How shitty does your husband have to be if the guy you're cheating on with is Mosh?
I don't know him, so I'm lucky.
Well,
you ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. Everybody says, because I guess I was after the fact, and everybody says, you're lucky.
Christine, how many hours are you getting this week?
I don't know. I have to go to check my hours. Yeah.
Were you making finger puppets with the condoms at your work again?
Oh my God, Jim! No, I did not. Jim! Oh my God, Jim! No.
Hey, life is rough at Kroger's.
Poor Christine.
Hello, Lynn.
No, I'm okay. I can take his jokes. I'm getting him
That's all
back.
it is.
Yeah, I did hit like I was busy earlier, Christine, but I did pop in at least enough to hit the like button and then pop out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm doing a show. I'm doing a live tomorrow night. An open panel tomorrow night.
Everybody
At
freeze.
6.
Everybody freeze.
What time?
Freeze. Everybody freeze. If you guys have not hit the like button, hit that like button for me. Thank you.
Yeah, smash that like and subscribe and give Johnny all your money. So he can send StreamYards being and fucking bitches. So yeah, send him all your money.
Going back to Marshall. Now,
Quick update here. Fumblenutz only has 47 people watching. Go ahead. Sorry, I'll put on mute.
Yeah. But this is directed to you, Jim. You remember the football team that had the plane crash? That was Marshall, right?
Yep.
They know more about. I played for the arena football team in Huntington. I played for the Huntington Locomotives. I did not. We had Marshall guys on the team. I never played against or for Marshall.
But
I played college ball there.
But you know about the history of the team.
Hey, Raven.
They're the team that had the horrible plane crash.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're from. They know all about that. Homegrown. Ask them.
Yeah.
The entire coaching staff, the athletic director, the whole team, the whole varsity team was done.
So why did the plane go down?
The altimeter was set different than what the tower told them on their approach.
And they hit a mountainside.
So they hit a mountainside, skipped off it, and then hit the next one, and it killed everybody. I mean, the only thing that they were able to recover from the plane, other than the charred bodies, was the playbook that Coach Rick had.
Your uncle was on the fire department then.
No, my grandfather.
I thought
What about your grandfather? What?
Paul hopped on engine 4 at St. Cloud and went to, because Wayne County didn't have, like, the town of Wayne had one engine.
Mm-hmm.
But Wayne had like public safety. They didn't have that many fire service, so he hopped on engine 4 in St. Cloud, and
on the fire department that went to that wreck.
Yep, and they hauled ass over to a couple miles over to Wayne County to the wreck.
Wow. So
it was your uncle that was on the Silver Bridge collapse.
Yeah,
he was on the dive team for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did y'all hear about that? The Denny trial's getting crazier.
No,
I don't understand that trial at all.
Grandmother on your dad's side was in line.
Hey, what time does Mr. X come on again, Mr. Jim?
Sharon, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Mr. X doesn't come on for a half hour, but wait, Mrs. Nils was saying something about the story before Johnny shit all over. Go ahead.
I was trying to figure this out because his grandfather was on the plane crash, but his uncle was on the dive team for the Silver Bridge collapse in Point Pleasant, which is another 25 miles north of us.
Wow.
And his grandmother on his dad's side was also third back from the bridge when it collapsed.
Yep, on the Point Pleasant side.
On the Point Pleasant.
They were running auto parts because my grandfather had he had 3 businesses, and they were running auto parts from his business over to a garage in Canaga, Ohio, and they were sitting at the red light getting ready to go onto the bridge and cross the bridge, and then the bridge collapsed.
Yep.
But when the plane crashed, my paternal grandfather, responded to the plane crash. He was off duty and hopped onto engine 4 there in St. Cloud in the west end of Huntington, and they hauled out because Wayne County really didn't have a fire department by then. So when that crashed in '69, and then built up the team, and then they made the whole movie about it and stuff. And Angie and I were actually
I have a picture of
college sweethearts and high school sweethearts. So they were filming the movie while we were on campus.
Of the filming of We Are Marshall.
So they were filming the shit on campus, and I was just going to class like fuck them.
I do. I have pictures. Because we were able to get into the stadium where they were doing some of the filming because we were students.
And like your brother, I wasn't into like movie production at the time.
No, but I was, and I went and watched it be
because
filmed.
I was in pre-med then.
I watched part of it get filmed.
Fucking pumping out 13, 15 semester hours. Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
I see Raven here. Hello, Raven. But that just reminds me, Raven Gypsy, she had cancer, and I have not seen her in a long time. Has anybody heard about Raven
Oh,
Gypsy.
yeah. There was two ravens. There's a raven that's nice to us and likes us, and then there was a raven that hated us. There was Raven, then there was Raven Gypsy. Which is which?
Well, Raven, I didn't know Raven Gypsy hated y'all, but yeah, I haven't seen her. I knew she had cancer, but
Which Raven where is she from? Florida?
oh man,
Jacksonville area?
Jax? No,
I'm gonna have to ask Bill.
Robin called me earlier.
I was going to show Jim your Jim and Johnny and everybody your degree.
You can. I'm gonna give.
If you guys want to see it.
Hope you're doing well, Raven. The other Raven, the Raven, not Raven Gypsy, just the Raven.
Yeah, I think the one that had cancer was the one that did not like us.
Oh, Raven, you are a Raven Gypsy.
No, that's not Raven Gypsy. No.
She says
no, that's Raven. There's two different people. You're telling me that this Raven has cancer?
No, not this Raven. No. Okay.
Marshall.
Okay.
There it is. There's the diploma, right?
Jim, you had it out with her, Jim.
He got no, that's not her. Okay, it says he got a degree in African dance.
Okay.
African. Hey, actually, it's funny. From South Florida, my uncle has South Florida or Central Florida. My uncle has a PhD in African studies. He's the only one in the family who's got a PhD.
God.
Yeah, he's like a multimillionaire in St. Thomas.
They're in Florida right now.
Chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the Leesburg house.
You mean the Olympic?
Oh, they're at the Bradenton.
They're in Bradenton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
We need one.
What? Yeah.
You know, I had to look up.
Get one.
Jim, me and your brother had to look up the house that in the 90s I used to hang out at, my grandparents' house. They were snowbirds in Clearwater. And I was literally a mile from you. They were on Buxton Court.
Did he hear you?
You there, Jim?
I'm sorry, yeah, you cut out. Say that again.
Yeah, so literally in the mid 90s,
Gotcha.
I was a mile from where you lived in Clearwater.
Yeah, you said your grandparents lived like right down the street from us near the Geigers. That's insane.
Yeah, the Geigers, Buxton Court.
Yeah, we were on Landmark and Landover, and so I know right where they were at. I used to go past their house all the time. That is just nuts.
The basketball courts and shit like that.
I was there every weeknight. Monday through Sunday through Thursday, just dogging dudes. But yeah, Matt Geiger, Bimbo Coles. A lot of people don't realize Matt Geiger had a twin brother, but his twin brother was only like 5'11", 160 pounds. Like they were twins, but his brother it was like that Danny DeVito movie where Danny DeVito got all the shit.
Yeah, they were weird, man. They were fucking weird. But I think it was the second Christmas we were together.
It was in 2001, 2000, because Brittany was born. I was pregnant with Brittany.
Yeah,
and she was born in February.
So I took
Christmas
Angie down there, and I told her, I was like, listen, because she didn't know anything about me. I was like, I come from a rich family. I'm going to take you down with us to Florida. And I had an 83 Mercedes then with the old Motorola bag phone and convertible, sunroof, the whole 9 yards. I said, so I'm going to take you down there. And she didn't. So we went down there.
Funniest thing, first time I ever seen old people fighting over a parking spot.
I took her to countryside at Christmas time for shopping. And I said, listen, you're going to see old fuckers fighting.
Damn, Drake.
You're going to see old fuckers fighting, inside, outside, whatever. So we were looking for a parking spot. We were on the west side of the mall, over by the Macy's side, looking for a parking spot.
It's so funny to me.
You know, opposite Curlew, on that southwest corner. And she saw two like 80-year-old people fist fighting over a parking spot. And I said, so we just drove past them.
Yeah.
And went to the next road shit. And she was like, holy fuck. I said, welcome to Clearwater.
Oh my gosh.
Let me also state this, guys. Speaking of fighting over parking spaces, I just got a phone call. Turns out Christine was almost fired for taking the toys out of the cereal boxes at work.
Oh my God, Jim!
Christine. How dare
So
you?
I am the best employee there ever. Job for 27 years, Jim.
I was waiting for you to say she parked her Ford Festiva in the handicap spot.
I well,
Hello,
I have to
Sicilian
go
Syndicate.
and eat dinner, you guys. So I'll see you guys on Mr. and Chef tonight.
9:30.
I guess.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gosh.
Okay.
See you
Bye,
soon.
Jim. Bye,
Taking some
Johnny.
clothes. He
Bye,
wants
home
to
from.
sneak
Bye,
on.
Nels.
Bye.
It would be dangerous.
I hope he
to-
showers.
Bye.
Well, she took him clothes and gloves.
Remission.
Bye.
He can't. They don't have a shower.
See you
It's
soon.
on his clothes. It's not on him.
They have fucking
It's
chemicals. They
on
have
his
to have a shower.
clothes. It's not on him.
All right, I'm just
She
saying.
took him a change of clothes and a bag and some gloves so she could
You
bag
better
up his
fucking
shit.
shower. They have to have an emergency shower if they have chemicals.
I don't know.
But anyways, so yeah, I took her down there, man, everywhere. We
It was
went
hilarious.
Dunedin. I took her to Krabby Joe's. We went up to Tarpon Springs. I took her to the Sponge Docks. You know, the whole tourist deal. Down to DeSoto Park.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, it was.
Good times down
It
there.
was.
But
Hey, I was gonna show you guys something real quick if you guys don't mind.
your show.
Yeah. And it's
Texas
really
Granny, thank you for the 411 on that. Okay. Appreciate that.
Okay, here we go, guys. Watch this. This is what they're gonna do to me right here.
Oh, man, it's going to be gross, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
Usually anything surgery.
Right there's the stomach. They're gonna cut the stomach off. There you go, right
Yep.
there. And they staple it at the same time too. When they're doing it, they staple me back
Yep.
while they're doing the surgery.
One more
You're going to be
shot and
nauseous
I'm
for
going
about a
in.
week.
Oh.
Yep. And this is what I'm gonna have right here. This sleeve right here. That's what's gonna happen to me right there. That's all I'm gonna have.
Golly, man.
But they have no. I mean, he's going to be nauseous, but they're going to have so many pain meds and Zofran in his ass that he's not going to feel a thing. But you're not going to eat for like a week, Johnny, and that's actually going to like kick your ass into ketosis. So
You're gonna do what?
they're going to keep you till you poop. They're not going to let you eat for a while. At least for a week. And then they'll send you home on post-op instructions and stuff like that. But they have to at least monitor you for a week because you're going to feel like you're dying at first, and you're going to be extremely nauseous, and you're going to have a lot of pain, not just from the incision, but from internal surgery. But they're going to regulate that for you, so you're going to feel weird, and at the same time, because of the pain medications. And because of the Zofran and stuff, you're not going to feel hungry.
Yeah.
And then after a few days, they're going to release you with post-op instructions. And the greatest part is you're not going to feel like you're starving. When you get out, you're like, fuck, man, I can eat a Wendy's Monster Burger. You're not going to have that. You're going to be hungry, but you're not going to feel like that hungry.
Yeah,
And then
plus I'm gonna be on a liquid diet.
Yeah, and yeah, they have to keep you on a liquid diet for at least 2 weeks. And then which is cool because that's all the fucking sherbet and jelly you can eat. But you're going to start dropping weight massively, and you're going to feel great. You're going to have like this surge of energy, and then you're just going to go with it. Like
I'm going to
literally.
step down, y'all.
All right, DJ Shark Hitter.
All right.
Sorry, good to see you. Sorry,
Take care,
I
guys.
tonight.
All right, thank you,
safe,
buddy.
all
Be
right?
good.
Hey,
All right,
much
be
love
good.
to
All right,
you.
see you later.
We'll see you on the
I'll
other
talk to you
side.
later, bro.
Yep, much love to you and your parents, DJ.
He's going through a lot. Damn.
Yeah. He looks like he hasn't slept in 3 days.
Yeah. I imagine he's wore out. But yeah, man, I was gonna say something, forgot what it was. But I don't know, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on here, but I'm gonna kind of change the subject a little bit. And I want to make this clear, okay? And this is my opinion. But Elon and Trump are trolling the shit out of the media, okay? And that's all I got to say about it. All this hype and everything is exactly what they're looking for.
That's,
It
I was
is.
kind of joking saying it was the worst breakup in political history. But I think there's more to it. number one, Elon's not the person that people think he is. But I think it's just a show, honestly.
I do too. I think that they're trying to go out with a bang and shit. And
yep, this shit's better than Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it's keeping the focus off of something else politically, and it's a smart move because you might hate Trump, you might like Trump, and I'm telling you right now that the man is not telling anyone what he does before he does it, and that's a very smart fucking business approach.
Now the Epstein deal, the video. Now I'm a huge Kash Patel fan. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's the director, the main guy at the FBI underneath the DOJ and then Trump.
Yes.
So Kash Patel is going to release that video, the exact video, and it's going to show that he did hang himself. Okay. Now, the question is that supposedly the power went out and everything else. Well, Kash Patel's saying that somehow, some way, somebody had fabricated that story and the lights never went out. He says, and I'm going to prove it. So apparently this video shows everything that he's doing to himself until the very end.
Kash did say the evidence that they have now that they're getting ready to release will blow everybody's mind.
Yeah.
At the same time, what's her name? She had a news conference earlier from the Department of Justice. There was 1,000 declassified reports. 200 were declassified. The rest were given to the FBI to Kash. The other 800 to declassify. And phase one was back in February. That was the 200. The Ghislaine Maxwell logs, the flight logs, the masseuse log, the guest list.
Mm-hmm.
The other 800 pages of that investigation were not released yet, and it's supposed to be released by Kash. So they haven't yet. There hasn't been a lot of pressure from DOJ on the FBI director to release that.
Well, from what I understand, that all that stuff was burned, whatever, and there's nothing there.
No, it won't be destroyed. It's not destroyed. But the funny part is Elon shit this morning where he said Trump's on the guest list. Everybody fucking knows that. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of people on the guest list. John Cleese is. I mean, there's so many actors, so many heads of state. So many millionaires and billionaires that are on there. I mean, everybody knows that. But Elon said that's why, it hasn't been released yet. And that's absolute bullshit because he was one of the ones that pushed for it to be released and the JFK files to be released. So I don't believe that for one bit. But yeah, everybody who was a somebody was on that fucking island. And Angie and I have both been around that island. Never been on that island.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been
I have
around
pictures
that
of
island.
it.
Yeah. And I even told my uncle we were on the boat and there was no security on that side. I said, let me jump off here. I was already in my wetsuit, had my fucking fins mask, everything. I said, let me off here and I will swim over to the island. I will jump up on that fucking rock to that little golden top dome temple and see what the hell's inside of there. If they catch, not if they catch me, but if they spot me, I'll just go right back down the fucking cliff and swim back to the boat. And they wouldn't let me do it. I was pissed off, but yeah.
Shit.
I wanted to know what the hell was in that little dome monument thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, we went around it. There's giraffes and elephants and shit. There's armed guards on the dock. Angie saw it too. She took pictures.
I know, but I can't find my photos
But
now.
even my aunt said, I don't know what the hell that dome's about or what's in it. I said, fuck, I'll swim over there and do it.
So what you're saying is that Trump actually did go on the island?
Yeah, he's on the list.
There it is.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, he's on the list.
He swore up and down that he didn't get on it. Now,
he
had a billionaires club going on at Mar-a-Lago.
He swore up and down that he didn't have knowledge or relations as far as like the shit that he was doing. But he was there.
Did y'all hear Elon called Trump a pedophile?
Yeah. Yeah. What really shook me, I'm an independent, so I hate politicians. But when Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary for the Biden administration, announced 2 or 3 days ago that
she's
she
going
is leaving the
independent.
Democratic Party and she's going independent because it's a party of betrayal and shit. Everything's collapsing right now. Everything on the political side, on both wings of the bird, are collapsing right now.
We see that's why I like Trump, because he's really not political. You know, it's about time we get somebody in there that's not gonna, go with the fucking lobbyists and shit, the bureaucrats.
Yeah, that I've said that from day one. You eliminate the lobbyists and insurance companies, and America will be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
There's things that Trump does that I'm like, okay, yeah, I agree with that. And there's other things that's like, you are way the fuck out there.
I can't
And
remember.
I understand why he's doing it. He's trying to disrupt the system. But
the insurance companies own the oil companies, or is it the oil companies that own the insurance company? I think
no. So this is how this works. So
I'm almost there.
of all of the attorneys in America, and people think corporate attorneys and shit like that, the greatest elite of that crop of attorneys are insurance attorneys.
Oh, my battery's dying.
Yeah.
That's why you can't fight them. That's why what is it? Luigi Mangione, or whatever his name was.
Luigi Mangione.
Yeah. Assassinated the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah.
On the health insurance side and shit like that.
Well, he got fucked over.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So
He thought he was going to have a bigger support system than his ego got the best of him. I'll just say that. Was he wrong in assassinating that guy? Yes.
Yeah.
About the whole insurance scheme in America, absolutely 100% he was correct.
Yeah.
And I've told people, if you eliminate insurance companies and lobbyists, America will be a hell of a lot better place, because lobbyists are nothing more than political bribery.
You're a hoe.
I know.
That's it. That are protected
Fucking
by
fucker.
corporate and LLC laws.
I'm almost
Period.
to my pictures, babe.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, and then you can show homegrown. Man, that was, yeah. So it's Little St. James Island off of St. Thomas, southeast of St. Thomas. They call it Pervert Island down there. So you might have heard it called Sin Island, but they call it Pervert Island.
In the islands, yeah.
So Jeff
We're talking about
Epstein.
Good Time Island.
Yeah. So Jeff Epstein, the accomplished pilot he
Hold on, I'm
is,
almost
they
to
would
my
have to land in
pictures.
St. Thomas at the airport there. Then he would take a helicopter over the island. And he could fly helicopter and fixed wing.
If it would load faster, I'd be
So
there already.
he tried to convince the U.S.
Here we
Virgin
go,
Islands
here we go.
government and the FAA to put a
Is that
to let him put an airstrip on that island,
Here
so
it
he
is,
could
here
just
it is.
fly straight in. The governor of the USVI said no. So when everything was seized, there you go. When everything was seized,
Yeah.
it didn't go to the
I got
United
more.
States. It went to the U.S.
You have
Virgin
pictures
Islands.
of the
So
island?
Yeah.
the
How close
local
did you guys
government
get?
seized
We
that
got
fucking island
awful
after he was
close.
arrested.
Hold on.
Wow.
And
I got one of the actual temple
You
that's on
don't-
that island. Hold on.
oh, do you have one of the temple?
Yeah.
Well, I believe Cash Patel 100%. I believe everything that he says is true. I really do.
Oh yeah, 100.
And
Yeah,
by the way, I have his book, and you guys got to read his book. It's fucking unbelievable. But yeah, if he says that video shows that he did himself in, then I believe him. That there was no conspiracy with that.
well, yeah.
It's a conspiracy theory, and a lot of people are misusing these terms, thinking that conspiracy is a theory, and it's not.
Well, I mean, it could have been though, and I say that because if he didn't do himself in, the Clintons were going to get him.
Well, true that. You're damn right they would.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I think he knew that, and I think he got a message sent to him: if you don't do yourself in, then we're coming after you.
I don't trust a fucking word Bill Clinton says.
No,
I don't. And I think he's more Republican than he is Democrat. His wife.
I don't think it's so much Bill as it is her.
Yeah.
She is a fucking snake in the grass,
You damn right, man.
and yeah, she is way worse than he is.
And plus pure bitch on
Now,
top of that.
For
So-
those of you out there in chat land, I am not a conservative.
Here it is. Here it is.
I'm just an independent.
I don't know if I can map you on a political compass. You're just wacky.
I'm all over.
You're all over.
I have liberal views.
Wow.
I have conservative
We
views.
were
yeah.
right. Went right by it on his uncle's boat.
You have socialist views. You have anarchist
This was my
views. You have
favorite.
libertarian
It's
views.
the beach
Yeah.
part
Kinda wild.
of his island.
Hey, look, a cicada.
Where they always saw.
But it's cool.
What?
Where they always saw these young girls
It's
sitting on the
realistic.
beach.
I mean, if you take
Is
your
why
wisdom
they
from
called
only
it
one place,
Pervert
encourage
Island.
wisdom, stale doesn't-
Oh,
I told-
motherfucker!
He blew his asshole at you. Ah, come on, buddy.
I
Cicada.
told you there was one. She didn't believe me.
I saw it.
And cicada
didn't
swarms
think it
this
was
year.
gonna
Yeah, I said something earlier, and I guess you didn't hear me, but I'm up and down, sweet. It's a lot of times I'm in pain. I try to keep my mind off of it, but yeah, it's a roller coaster right now. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. Thank you for asking.
It's out.
Man.
Yeah, Connor's right though. I have different views and stuff like that, so you can't label me as Republican, Democrat, Socialist.
You're an American, is what you are.
Yeah, that's
100%.
what my father told me. You're an American, so
yeah.
But yeah, when people are like, "Oh, you're a socialist," fire, EMS, law enforcement. If you love firefighters, cops, 40-hour work weeks,
Roads,
paid vacations. Guess what? That's the socialist program. Veterans benefits. That's the socialist
feel
program.
like your trash being picked up every week. That's
That's a socialist program. Your weekends off. That's a socialist program. Paid
I love my
vacations. That's a
weekends
socialist
off.
program.
But I
So a lot of people just see shit or hear it from their friends, or they'll see it on certain media outlets or podcasts and stuff, and then they take that's me, and they don't understand the full aspect of it.
all socialism is broadly speaking is the
You pay for a service
Mhm.
as citizens
the-
to a government
the state
to
should
provide you for a service like EMS, law enforcement,
the state should
firefighters.
provide for the public
Or to
good
take care of you.
for the benefit of the public.
Correct. That's the socialist
Yeah,
program.
that is all
Yeah.
socialism broadly speaking.
By definition, that's socialism.
Yeah.
And
I've always known it to be distribution of wealth.
I mean that's
different. That's different.
Some socialist policies can lead to reallocation of wealth, but strictly speaking, that's not necessarily.
So it's funny, even around here, and I've gotten arguments with people, even a friend who was 19th SF, he was Special Forces, with he very strict views, man. And he's like, I'm a hard-blooded American. I was Army Special Forces. I fucking hate socialists. And I'm like, you work at EMS. That's a socialist program. You're a socialist. By definition. And it's not the same and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, I'm an American. I love firefighters. I love cops. That's a
He drinks all
socialist
his
fucking
wine.
program.
Why can't I?
The Pledge of Allegiance was written by an American socialist, and it's not that I'm anti-conservative, because I think everybody has a right to defend themselves and not tell people how they defend themselves. Everybody should have a fucking gun.
I feel like it's fair to say.
So,
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. As far as a country goes, the definition of social country is healthcare.
That one.
That's what makes a country a
No.
social.
We're both special.
Because we had that before too.
So socialism is an economic policy, not so much like strictly speaking healthcare, education.
A
Those-
social policy. It's an economic policy, not a social
Well,
policy.
yeah, it's an economic policy. So
That's a
it's all
drunk
about
fucking
an
bug.
economic plan to benefit the public. I think a best way to think of it is, would you want your taxpayer dollars to pay for things that benefit
What was it,
everyone, like roads?
Civil service was the socialist program. It wasn't a
Yeah.
radical socialist program like most people saw in Europe in World War II, but it was the socialist program.
See, I'm not big on taxes and shit. The reason why the English left England to come to America was because of taxes. And then what happens to America?
Well,
You start getting taxes.
it was different things. It was religious freedom, freedom of property.
Well, the
that
Puritans
you have your
especially.
property. Yeah, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You don't have to believe what your nation, as their religious whole, Poland, the Dutch, English, French, whatever. You don't have to believe the same thing that the Pope is telling you to believe. You don't have to listen to that bullshit at that time. And your land is your property, and that cannot be infringed on even by your own country. So whether it's a monarchy, a feudal monarchy, or a parliamentary monarchy, that is your castle. Your home is your castle.
And
so when they came to America, they was like, okay, this is your property. We cannot infringe on those rights of that property. And then King George III Almighty
Oh my!
We can come and we can confiscate your land. We can imprison your family. We can tax you if you don't do what we say. And they were like, "Fuck it, that's enough." But the laws in America now are outdated compared to what they should be.
And as far as like the Tea Party is concerned, especially,
typically,
is that it was more about taxation without representation. You see, it's because the King George, praise be,
What Canada's doing right now.
what he was doing was he was trying to tax the colonies to pay for a war without the colonies having representation in Parliament.
All
And
right,
when
y'all have fun. I'm going to bed.
when the colonies asked, they said no. And that's what it was all about. So it wasn't necessarily about the taxes. They just wanted to have a say in where that money was going because they didn't want to fund a war they weren't part
Yeah,
of.
because America was not the only colonies in the world at the time.
Oh, certainly
But they
not.
were taxing the shit out of the colonies in America versus the other colonies in India and Africa, in Australia, and South America, in North America, other parts of North America outside of the present day United States.
And they said, if you're going to take our money, then at least let us have a say in where it goes. Give us representation in Parliament. And then they said no. And then we're like, okay, fuck you then.
So there's this very strict view between left and right, and even Bill Maher's seen that. Who's probably one of the most old-fashioned, old-school liberalists who I respect greatly.
Bill Maher's pretty good.
Yeah, and
Jon Stewart's
so
really
to
good
all the left side of shit that he's calling them out, and then all the far right side of shit that people, because it's like you have to be anti-gay, anti all this other stuff if you're a right-wing conservative in America. And my view is I don't have the right to tell you who you can and can't love, regardless of gender. Now, if you come up to me and identify, hey, I'm a binary extra dimensional taco, that's cool. I love tacos. As long as you do what you're supposed to do for the benefit of society, and you don't fuck with me and try to convince me that I have to believe your belief, because that's willful coercion, which is defined as tyranny.
At the end of the day,
which is
like,
a very fascist view, I'm cool with you.
At the end of the day, people expressing themselves however they want is ultimately harmless. So if you like, regardless of what happens, as long as you are being a productive member of society, like, I think it should be something that's celebrated, that we have the privilege to be able to express ourselves however we want without threat of persecution.
So I taught my sons, we taught our sons, I'm not going to say me, we taught our sons, Angie and I, this is every belief in the world. This is every political system. This is every ancient culture that's ever existed up until now. You make the decision what you want to believe, not what we indoctrinate you to believe. And that's what inhibits free will. It's not forced upon you. Like,
well, there were
countries.
The original settlers, like the Pilgrims and all that, they were religious people.
Yes. But they weren't Catholics. They were Puritans. They weren't Presbyterians. They were Lutherans.
And
they believed in their belief of Christianity. Might have been strict, but they left because they did not like the way the Catholicism treated them. So it was like free will Christianity, if that makes any sense.
I mean, the Puritans were early Protestants because the Catholic Church was trying to tell them that their interpretation of Scripture was more relevant and more dogmatic than if the common man read it. And they actually tried to restrict access to the Bible.
Because of the King James Version,
Yeah,
exactly. They said the common man shouldn't be allowed to read the Bible. It should be left to the church to interpret it. And it's Puritans disagreed. They thought everyone should have a chance.
By present day definition, they would have been Christian liberals.
Even though they're still very, very like Handmaid's Tale, like they were very
Scarlet
strict.
Letter.
Yeah, like
they
but,
were
like,
they were strict in
by
that
their
belief.
standards. They were very progressive.
Yeah. Bernie Sanders is a devout Christian, as like a Christian minister. That's the best way I can describe it.
I thought he was Jewish.
Is
Bernie Sanders?
I don't know. Bernie's all right.
Ooh, wow.
No, it's okay, and I'll tell you why. And a lot of people hate the way that Bernie does things. There's something that's like, man, I just want to backhand this guy.
I think so
his approach to every single problem in the United States is 100% spot on. His policies and his views towards that are extremely fucking radical, but I understand why he's trying to do it.
Well, it's
the same way as Trump on the conservative side is trying to do it, a little bit more coercive.
He's trying to break the system. Their end goal is the same. They just have different views how to do that. Now, if you can find common ground and some type of candidate between those two, they would have my vote.
Well, it's the same as it's the same as overselling in a negotiation. He's trying to offer this really extreme alternative. That way, the compromise will be more in favor of what he wants, what he really wants, which is a bit more moderate, because he understands that the radical solution is not going to work, but it's going to make the moderate solution feel a lot more reasonable in the negotiation.
Yeah. So basically, what we did in North Carolina with helping people would be considered democratic socialism.
Oh, it's completely socialist.
Yeah, it's completely social, and it's for the benefit of the people as a good. And
if it was sponsored by the state,
I argue the fact that there's no such thing as a Democrat socialism. I mean, I don't get that. You're either
it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because James Madison and Thomas Jefferson, who's my favorite American president, they got together after the whole whips and everything before the Democratic Party was even started. And they saw the route that Adams was taking the country when Jefferson was vice president before he was fourth president of the United States. And they started a completely different party called the Democratic Republicans.
Well, technically, at the time, it was only known as the Republicans. We just know it now as
they were the Democratic Republicans before the strict Republican Party was officially
formed. There was the
in the 1850s, and they were the most common sense, logical approach to the republic.
Well, they opposed the Federalists, which believed in the strong central democracy.
Yeah, they wanted kind of like a feudal parliament.
Hell, I mean, Madison originally drafted
parliamentary. Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
You're
muted, Johnny.
I think people are going to other chat.
Johnny, you're muted.
I think somebody's coming on right now.
Yeah, Mr. X is coming on at 7:00. We got 3 minutes before he comes on. I just want to say thank you, everybody that came out here to support me tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you, Iron Wolf. Thank you, Homegrown Cowboy.
You got
anytime that I'm on, guys, you guys are more than welcome to come up on the panel, okay? Iron Wolf, we already talked about it. Cowboy, we talked about it.
Yeah. Man, I apologize for not being on that last stream. I really do.
It's okay.
Really
it was a good show, but we missed you.
I saw Paul afterwards, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Everybody go to Mr. X's news network. We're going to do it. We're going to do a live show over there. It's Mr. X's news network. That's who we're talking about.
Drop that link if
you guys get over there. You guys get over there and go watch it, okay? Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everybody. Good night, everybody.
Drop that link, Johnny.
Huh?
Drop the link.
I'll try to get a show going.
I don't know the link. I don't know how to drop links.
Oh, shit.
It's OTT. It's OTT. All you guys got to do is just listen to me, Nails. All you got to do is go push in JimTerryTV.com.
Yep.
And his name will pull up on the search bar. And then you'll find it. And
I've got to show OTT right now. Thank you, Johnny, for letting me up.
Is it XNN or is it Jim Terry TV that you got?
No, it's XNN News. XNN News.
Okay, click on. There's going to be a little box called XNN, Nils, and you click on that little XNN box.
Homegrown, Johnny, Leanne Noodle, Eric, Erica, love you guys. Let's go.
Same here, brother. You be cool, and I'll try to get a stream going tomorrow, and we can talk more about it if you want.